On behalf of the ONF and on behalf of the Layer 123 SDN and OpenFlow World Congress, we wanted to thank you again for your participation in the workshop, for your participation in ONF, and for your participation in the industry. They're really important. You know, as I think about the day, what we accomplished, I just wanted to share a couple of passing thoughts that at least I gleaned from the workshop throughout our day's sessions. I mean, first of all, I want to go back to Alex's talk and really sort of think about what he said. The one thing, I mean, there were two very pervasive things. That 800 million subscriber number is just staggering. I mean, just completely, I mean, to put it in perspective, in 2005, I think you reported 250 million subscribers. That's double where AT&T and Verizon is today in the U.S. I mean, there's other markets as well, but it's just a staggering number. But the thing you said, Alex, that struck in my mind was that today's network, you know, it can't support where you want to go, so we have to, quote, change everything. And I think that's what typifies where we are with SDN and NFV. Everything is going to change. It may take a while, it's going to take a long while, but everything is going to change. And it's turning the technology adoption lifecycle completely upside down, as we've seen throughout the day. Andy also made a couple of comments I think is interesting about the ONF. One thing is that the ONF is leading these and driving these architecture initiatives really for the benefit of the industry. This is not a self-serving pursuit. This is bringing everybody together and for the benefit of how we get to adopt OpenSDN, not just talk about it or standardize it. The Open Collaboration Panel had a number of different interesting points. I mean, Stephen was talking about how the ISG was built on collaboration, and it really shows that. I mean, it's one of the most innovative organizations I frankly have ever been associated with throughout my career, and I've been involved in a lot of standards activities. Pradip said that for OpenNFV, upstream first, inherently a charter that's built upon collaboration. We're not just going to reinvent the wheel, we're going to use everything that's there and leverage what the industry has done. Dan reminded us that collaboration equates to contribution. I think it's really spot on. I mean, it's going into an organization and telling them how you need this from them is not going to get anywhere in any of these organizations, whether it's standards or open source. Chris was concluding that in open source software, the core value is collaboration, and it's a community, and that's what's going to determine whether the millions of projects, and it's literally millions of open source projects exist, and a handful are able to even begin to build the community that is going to be successful. And then Bill was talking about how ONOS was even set up to embrace what they called collaborators. Companies that are willing to contribute and that were actually bettering the community for all the partners to be able to take advantage of. It's a really interesting and innovative concept. And Kurt mentioned in his talk about TTPs, table type patterns, and how open interoperability can be achieved, that the ONF anticipated this. The Forwarding Abstractions Working Group was set up from the beginning with an understanding that this problem of how switches and how controllers interact is going to be an issue. And then in our panel today, I mean, where do we start? There were a number of interesting aspects and observations by all the startups. But I think a couple of common threads is that all of us are in a situation where we embrace OpenSDN, we've invested in it, and we have a very different commitment level, like I said earlier, than maybe larger companies who have a lot more resources, a lot of installed base. They have a lot of proprietary technology that they can leverage in the interim. None of us are in that luxurious position. All of us have it all on the line, and we had to really decide on how we're going to extract the value out of the technologies, investments, and innovations that we're all in the process of promoting, and that's for each of our individual market areas. So just to wrap things up, We have a break scheduled now until 3:30, and at that point, we're going to be convening the Open Networking Foundation member-only session. Many of you are members. It's in the Apollo room, and then following that session, again, from 5:50 to 7:20, we invite everyone all the brave souls who made it to the end to attend our reception. We can raise a glass together, have a few snacks, and then we can wind down the first Euro Summit. And by the way, at the reception, there will be a number of the leadership or key leaders of the ONF who are there to talk about anything you want. So don't be shy. Approach those white shirts and the like. And finally, I just wanted to thank all the speakers, the workshop participants, the panelists, the presenters, everyone who was involved. I want to thank our staff who helped us running microphones around the room and photographing and recording this and dealing with AV and everything else. We couldn't have accomplished the workshop without you, without Layer 123 as well. And again, we want to wish you a very productive session, and enjoy a little coffee break, and then we will see you later throughout the day. So thank you very much again.